At first, this case didn't seem all that interesting because, I don't know, just kind of just seemed like another he said, she said, and still kind of like that. But as more information is coming out about these two individuals and the beef they're having with each other, it's fascinating. It's almost turning into another Johnny Depp, Amber Heard situation.
Just got fixed. We walked out of the trailer at some point. My dog stepped on a bee. We went to the vet.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. Finally back after weeks of being sick, dealing with other bull crap. I won't get into that, but it's good being back. Wanted to talk about a controversial thing because that's what I do sometimes, and this is a big thing that's been going on since like the summertime. I didn't want to make a video on it because the information that I've been seeing, there's no evidence on either parts or either side. It's basically she's saying he's this, he's saying she's that, and then that's really it. More evidence is coming out though. There's lawsuits happening. People are being sued. A lot of allegations are forming, and this case is almost turning into another like Johnny Depp, Amber Heard situation. And a lot of it has all come down to Blake Lively. And a lot of people are saying, is she the new Amber Heard? Yeah, it's funny. A lot of people have been releasing these like old clips of Blake Lively and like interviews. And they're interested because she is just so rotten in these interviews and being so rude and dismissive, entitled. And it's just not a very good look for her.
Understands the themes of this movie, comes across you in public, and they want to really talk to you. What's the best way for them to be able to talk to you about this? How would you recommend they go about it?
Like asking for like my address or my phone number or like my location share. Or I could just location share you and then we could...
And It Ends With Us is in theaters now, so grab your friends, wear your florals, and head out to see it.
You should leave him.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about my bump? And they are.
Did you guys love wearing those kind of clothes that you...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And working in
Everyone
digital.
wants to talk about the clothes, but I wonder if they would ask the men about the clothes.
I would.
Meanwhile,
Wardrobe is always the way that I enter a character. I'm a very shy person, so if I look a certain way, then I can escape into that.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know the controversy that's going on, so the movie It Ends With Us, that came out in the summertime. It was a big hit. Maybe not critically, but financially. People seem to really enjoy the movie. I've seen the movie. It's not too bad. It's not a great movie, but it's not a bad movie. It's pretty well done. It's based off a book, and it's directed and produced by Justin Baldoni, and he's also co-stars in the movie as the abusive husband in the movie. And he read the book, loved the book, and wanted to adapt it into a film, and he wanted Blake Lively to play the lead. And as they were filming this movie and making this movie, a lot of creative differences were going on, and also just a lot of allegations and everything. So Blake Lively's story is that Justin Baldoni was very verbally abusive to her. He called her fat, and he mocked her, and he was a big creep to her. Apparently he came in her trailer and like spied on her while she was breastfeeding, and apparently Ryan Reynolds had to get involved, and they had to control the movie because Justin Baldoni was being like a dictator on set, and he was a nightmare to work with, and he was a very abusive person, emotionally abusive person. However, there's Justin Baldoni's side, and he says it's the opposite. Blake Lively was difficult to work with. She was always like demanding everything. She wanted full control of the film, and the controversy of her breastfeeding. Apparently, he wanted to run lines with her, and she said, "I'm breastfeeding my child, but it's okay. It's a part of life. Come in, we can run lines together." So apparently, he said it was not even a big deal, but now she's making it a big deal. And apparently, he said Ryan Reynolds threatened him and to take control of the whole movie from him. Apparently, what went down was Justin Baldoni went to Blake Lively's house, and Blake, Ryan Reynolds, and Taylor Swift were all there, and they all want to seize control of his film. It Ends With Us. And they said basically they're the three biggest stars in the world, movie stars and singers. And he's just a no-name filmmaker, and he has no power, and they're going to take control and take over his movie. And that's basically what he said. And he says they basically tried to destroy my career and take over the film that I was trying to create, which is interesting. It's fascinating hearing these different point of views and different stories of these two movie stars. And a lot of people obviously jump to Blake Lively's side because it's Blake Lively. She is a star. She's considered like one of the most beautiful actresses in all of Hollywood. And she's married to Ryan Reynolds, who is the biggest action star other than like Tom Cruise. Like, this guy's like one of the most likable dudes. He's a fellow Canadian, and everyone loves Ryan Reynolds. Everyone loves this guy. They think he's the funniest guy ever. His movies may not always be a hit, but he's just so great, so lovable. He's just got so much charisma. It's Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds can do no wrong, according to a lot of people. So a lot of people are saying there's no way Blake Lively is this bad person. She's married to Ryan Reynolds, the Canadian good guy that everyone loves. So people don't even want to even fathom that Ryan Reynolds may be a piece of shit. And of course, Taylor Swift being involved. Taylor Swift is like a goddess to people. People praise Taylor Swift, even though none of us know who any of these people actually are. Just because people interview well, Blake Lively certainly doesn't, but Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift do. Just because you like their work, just because they're acting in movies you enjoy and they sing songs that you like, doesn't mean they're good people. We don't know who they're like in real life. We don't know that. And just because someone is famous and worth millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, doesn't mean they're better than you, doesn't mean they're smarter than you, and doesn't mean that they are the all-knowing and great people. They're actually probably the biggest scumbags in the entire world. They're probably the most full of shit people, because that's their job, is to be full of shit. To suck up to the press and for people to like them, because when people like them, people will go see their movies and go to their concerts and buy their stuff. Being likable. Even though if they're not likable, but they want you to be liked. Want you to like them because they're celebrities. That's what they do. Bullshitting is their job. And kissing their ass is, well, them succeeding at that job. So the reason I'm kind of siding with Justin Baldoni is because he doesn't have a lot to lose. He's a very new filmmaker, and he's not a very known person. He's only known for this controversy now. Even when the movie It Ends With Us came out, no one knew who Justin Baldoni really was. Like, he did other stuff, but like, no one knew. Everyone was going to see that movie because of Blake Lively. That's why he casted her in the movie. But no one knows him until now because of the controversy. And a lot of people are saying that's why he's doing it, because he can get all this controversy and now he can be famous because of it. Yes, that is an argument. That is a logical argument. But also, there could be truth in his argument. And maybe the reason why Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively is so desperate and they're trying to sweep this under the rug is because they're the biggest A-list stars in all of Hollywood. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are like the it couple. And even Taylor Swift, but there's no taking down Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift can like freaking do the worst thing ever and she would still be famous because her fans are just that insane. But Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are like the A-list stars and the A-list couple. So they have everything to lose. Justin Baldoni doesn't have a lot to lose. They do. So these allegations and him, Justin Baldoni suing the New York Times for slandering his name, and him suing Blake and Ryan, all this stuff, is fascinating. Because if he is right, if Justin Baldoni is right, it shows you that Hollywood is just a fantasy. You may watch these people in these movies and watch them on your TV screen, watch them at these award ceremonies, and you might think they're such amazing, glamorous, amazing people. But no, they're just as shady and scumbaggy as your next door neighbor. They are just people milking you for your money. And even a good guy like Ryan Reynolds, as we call him a good guy, could be just as much of a shady asshole. So, it's interesting. It's fascinating to get on this, because seeing this Blake Lively and how she's doing this and how she's very much victimizing herself. She's not admitting to any wrong she's done, which is interesting because I feel like if she was completely innocent, she would admit to some things, like, okay, maybe I did say some of these things, and maybe, yes, I was pretty rude during these interviews, but I didn't do these stuff. But no, she's claiming she's a fucking saint, and she is furthest thing for that. And that's why a lot of people are comparing her to Amber Heard, because Amber Heard was like this victim that, like, oh, all this stuff happened to her, and she is the victim and the saint, and Johnny Depp is the monster. And they're doing this with Justin Baldoni. And the thing is, this is what... See, with Johnny Depp, he had evidence. He had recording, he had footage, he had the injury. He had all this on his side to take Amber Heard down, which is why he did. Baldoni doesn't. He has a little bit. He has messages that did clear his name on some things, and his lawyer is doing a very good job because it's the same legal team as Johnny Depp's legal team. But he doesn't have everything yet. So it's going to be a lot harder to prove if Ryan and Blake did these things. So as this case keeps going, it's getting more fascinating. And if Justin is a piece of shit, then fuck that guy. But if he is the innocent person who's being taken down by these two A-list actors, I hope he takes them down. I really do. I'm sick and tired of these elitists thinking they can get away with all this shit. So, I'm fascinated with this case. Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts, opinions? Are you on team Blake Lively, team Justin Baldoni, or you just don't give a shit? Which is fine. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.